and let the chase commence. Hey everybody, it's me, DeoGenZ. Yeah, Lady Venus. You see her? I saw her. I know, it's been a couple of days since an episode has come out, but now I have landed in my new homeland, Colorado, and I am attending college at the University of Colorado in Boulder. So all my Boulder peeps, shout out in the comments if you are watching. But I do recall that yes, she did indeed run this here away. But she's being cheap, she's taking the elevator down. We're gonna have to take the stairs. And as you could see as she took her descent, it's lined with trainers. Ah, but these trainers are no ordinary trainers. Oh no! They're shadow owners! So we'll be meeting some requirements here of getting all on our list for shadow pokes to snag, like that Gligar. And we'll also be getting to Venus. So be sure to save before crawling down the stairwell here. It's hyper mode time for Metatite! Because if you miss one of these pokes, I'm not too positive that you can get them back. There might be a good chance though, because these trainers don't really tend to go anywhere. They're just standing on the stairwell. They're like, yeah, I got nothing better to do with my life. I'm just gonna wait on this stairwell and protect it for Lady Venus, should she need protection. Apparently they've been planning this kind of attack and anticipating Venus's demise for some time. Otherwise, why would they need to hire a goon squad waiting on the stairwell? Makes no sense. So yeah, I have officially landed here in Colorado, so I'm back to making videos, and that is perfect for me because I missed playing video games and talking about them with you guys. But, oh geez, you know, Colorado, it's got hills. And the thing with hills that you have to consider is gravity. Gravity on both sides. Going up the hills in low oxygen, it's tiresome. Very tiresome. But going down the hills can be even more dangerous, as I proved to myself today. I was going down a hill, and unfortunately, I put my bike together, which means it's needs some work, needs some more wrenching, needs a little bit more tweaking with the Allen keys. I'm not the most mechanically inclined, if you could take a guess by the fact that I'm a gamer. You know, I more or less like circuitry, but I don't know how to put it together, nor do I know how to put anything mechanical together. So I put together my bike, and sadly I didn't tighten the seat enough. So when I was going down this large hill that led into a tunnel, well, the seat kind of bent, I lost control of the brakes, and I slammed into the wall. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And, oh, don't believe the stereotypes you hear that everybody from Boulder is peachy keen, because there are a bunch of cunts out here, too. It's just like anywhere, you know? Because, I passed this girl walking her dog, and, when I crashed, she just went, woo! And I'm like, fuck you! What if I broke my face? But, no worries, wearing a helmet, so no damage was really done, just scraped up elbows and such like that. But you gotta beware for gravity! That's why we can't just jump to the bottom of this stairwell and speed past all these trainers. Not like we'd want to, though, because then we'd miss all the shadow pokes. And that's a problem. You know, if you're trying to do a 100% run like I am. Metatite's raging! Metatite is eager to get purified. That's why he keeps going to hyper mode. So on the plane ride over here, what did I play? I played a game called Robot and Gun. It's an iPad game, and it's a simple shooter. Very simple, and it's one to pick up and play and put down and pick up again when you feel in the mood to trash some robots. But it still makes me wonder, rather, when is there going to be a good mech game? There doesn't seem to be any. I don't know, maybe Transformers people tell me, but it's not really one-on-one fighting like I saw in Gundam. I'm still waiting for those kind of games to come out. Will I ever get it? I don't know. But Robot and Gun is a pretty interesting game. It's very smooth with the controls. You've got two virtual joysticks, which I'm actually getting used to. Back during the starting days of the Nintendo DS, I never thought that I would adjust to the touch controls. Then again, if all touch devices were like the Nintendo DS, where it's pressure sensitive, I don't know what the difference are between screens. I know there's two different types. One that's pressure sensitive, and it's got like those little dots that you could actually see, and then the ones that are on the iPod and iPad screens that do dual touch quite handily. This one does it pretty well, and I am adjusting to the joysticks that are virtual. The only time I find on the iPad the virtual joysticks to be annoying is when I'm doing a platformer, because my big fat fucking fingers get in the way and then when I'm trying to see the action going on, it just plummets me into a canyon. So that's no good. But robot and gun, it's pretty much as the name implies. You just gun down lots of robots. Or aliens, I can't really tell. The storyline is null and void. There's no importance placed on that. Simply a good way to get some points if you're looking for a fast, high score. And what's pretty cool about it, what the compulsion to play more times again and again, even without the lack of story, is that you get upgradable weapons. You get things like flamethrowers and chainsaws and machine guns, and all of them have kind of a durability to them. It's not a durability like in the sense of Minecraft where you use the item or weapon once and then it's broken, but your weapons can overheat if you use them too much. So if you keep using the chainsaw, which is sort of like an insta-win kill, it's a very cheap weapon, but they counterbalance that with the fact that you can't just unleash all fury of chainsaw hell on your opponents all the time. You gotta give a chance for the chainsaw to cool down, otherwise it explodes and breaks and then it takes even longer for it to recover. So you gotta be monitoring your gauges, you gotta be looking at where the enemies are coming from, and the game doesn't really pick up until you get, I'd say, past 10 levels, because in the first 10 it's very easy, laughably easy. So I say if you do get that game on the iPad, give it a chance for a while. Definitely go ahead and upgrade the weapons. Something I noticed about it is that you're able to get every single weapon relatively quickly. So you can get a feel for what kind of gunner you are, or maybe chainsaw marauder. It's possible, who knows. They have sniper rifles, which I don't really get. It doesn't make sense in that game to have a sniper rifle because you're never on a point where you're looking out over all the alien robots, whatever they are, to snipe them out one by one. You're always being rushed by endless waves of enemies. That's the fun part of it, but I just don't see any point in having a sniper rifle there. It's like, oh, look at that, I accidentally hit one, that's awesome. But there's 1,000 more coming and now I'm dead. Great. Great. So it's a fun game. Very fast. Very quick to play too. It's not something gripping like Pokemon here where you're going to be playing for hours and hours at a time. But then again, it does have the benefit of being quick, and that was something that always irked me about this game, especially coming off of the GBA games. You know, back then, or really in all portable games for Pokemon, you could just save wherever you wanted as so long as you weren't in a battle. But in this console game, you had to find a PC, and that always pissed me off. More times than not, I would leave my GameCube running and just let it be until I got back from whatever I had to do. Because life comes at the most inopportune times when you're playing video games, and sometimes you just can't save, and you gotta go find a save point. I really despise games that don't let you save any time. In fact, I'm hoping even for Pokemon X and Y, which I'm super psyched for, finally we're getting 3D Pokemon in our hands, so we don't have to actually sit down every time with a controller and a system, a console, to see great graphics. That's probably what excites me the most about the 3DS is semi-console graphics. You know, it's definitely not current-gen console graphics like the 360 and PS3, but I've never been a graphics whore. It's part of why I've been with Nintendo so long, is the ingenuity that they brought to the table. I didn't really care if the graphics were glimmering. No, it's all about the gameplay, people. I could care less if a game is shiny. There are plenty of shit games today that are shiny that people say are good just because of graphics. And that is a pitiful review. Those people don't play good games. But I'm hoping that in X and Y, they allow you to save in battle. That would be the best. It's not so much necessary when you have a handheld like that, because it's easy enough to slip into your pocket, or really in the case of the 3DS, put in the pouch and then clip to your belt loop, because that thing is pretty massive, and I don't like stressing out consoles like that in my pocket. I always worry about screen crackage because I'm moving around. You know, I'm an outdoorsy guy. Although I play video games, I get out a lot, you know, run into walls here and then with my bike. That's fun stuff. So I don't really want to test the durability of the screen by flexing in a wrong way. Usually I'll get casings for all my devices, or in the case of the 3DS, like I said, a pouch. But it's not as necessary. It's still something I would like to have. It was worse during the GBA days because there was no sleep mode. You just had to leave the console running, have the screen flickering at all times, and hope that the batteries didn't go out before you went back to the Elite Four. It's like, oh, I gotta start all over again! Ooh, Shadow Sneasel. I forgot about that Shadow Poke. That's one of the better ones in this game. But of course, at this point, I don't know if you really want to go ahead and train it. You know, I shouldn't be such a discourager of training the later poke, because, you know, they do level up. They are at a higher level than the ones we originally caught. It's just, to me, to take the time out to de-shadow-tize Sneasel here would be such a waste of effort. Such a waste. Come on, stay in the ball! Yes! Gotcha. And in the storage you will stay. Oh, speaking of storage, I gotta get back to making Life in the Box. That actual set is still at my original home in Jersey, though, so that's not gonna be happening for a while. But I could still write out the plot lines and stuff like that. I decided I'm gonna make it a 10-episode series, so Season 2 will come out later. And I'm mainly doing this... Oh, we can't even take the elevator? Really? We gotta climb all the way back just to heal? Okay, another big gripe about this game. The trainers here are so tough that it takes quite a while to get back to any healing point, right on top of getting back to any saving point, because usually those are the same places. But look at this. I did cuts for most of this, but I just wanted you to understand the ridiculousness of how long it takes to get to the PC, to get to the health spot, just so you can go back and face more trainers. Look at that. Ridiculous! I would love to see, once the video is uploaded, how many seconds that was. Before that horrible boy can meddle anymore, I'll link up with Ein at the Shadow Pokemon Lab. Thanks for the pronunciation recommendation there. Eek! Oh, why did you have to chase me here? It's so unfair! Why did you just sit around and not take the train? I mean, seriously, we were there for over a minute, facing your goons. How long does it take you to board your own train? Ah, well, you know, I wasn't sure. I had to make sure my hair was nice before I got on the Pokemon enslavement train. You see that? There's cages in the middle. Oh, you're so easy to dupe. See? The key for the Shadow Liner is right here. You didn't think I would let you take our train. Ha! Bye-bye, and this time I mean it. Don't you dare forget about me. Alright. Never seen a supervillain that was so adamant about me remembering them. Get out of my way, Chi. Jeez. Alright, you didn't drop the key. You are annoying. I wish I could walk through you. Move! Oh, but there's some items up here. So she thinks she's so clever. I think she's just instigative. Why the fuck would she wait for over 5 minutes while it took us to get down there? She's got the key. There was only like 2, 3, you know, not even a whole car of a train to drive. Does she not know how to insert a key and operate the train? Is that what it is? Maybe that's why she was talking to her goons, like, I don't know how to open the train line, I don't know. How do you even let us out of the tunnel? You gotta be kidding me. Here she is gloating like a fool that we'll never find her, but we must not forget about her, and that there's no possible way we'll take the train. Oh, maybe that was the problem. She couldn't understand that the train goes in 2 directions and that that's not the only spot to put in a key. If you insert the key here, like so. Aha, look at that, the train goes, and it took not even a minute. Not even a minute to get this thing going. What an idiot. I don't know, did she think we were going to chase her down the tracks? Like, run down the tracks? The game doesn't let us get on the train tracks. She really had nothing to worry about. I don't know, maybe she forgot her pocketbook or something back in her studio. Or maybe she just wanted to finish the shooting. Who knows? Maybe we interrupted her with that battle and she's like, I must go film the news and tell them about my defeat. Or maybe she's just going to put a spin on it. Oh yeah, I won and I chased that shadow chaser out of here. that Shadow Snagger, that dastardly DeoGenZ, won't coming back to the under anytime soon. What did you guys do? Jeez, they blew up their whole laboratory just so we couldn't cross the way? Man, I thought Venus was foolish. But, look at this, another item. What could it be? But a main gate key. Alright, this is a little bit cliche, a little bit foolish, a little bit of tomfoolery here. I mean, yeah, I get that they want the player to access the lab, but they couldn't have made it any more easy. I mean, the only chance that you would have of not knowing what to do next is if you seriously ran past the shiny glimmering thing on the ground and said, "Oh, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to do." But it's very hard to not notice that shiny thing. That's... I don't know, I thought we could have had more pursuing and fighting of goons. Ah, well. If I programmed this game, it would be a tad different. Mag levitation to the main gate in the next episode.